Welcome back after the break. As you know that before the break we were discussing about Taliban, as the Prime Minister of Pakistan has given the statement about the recent development in Afghanistan. He has said that if the Taliban government in Afghanistan fails, then the world is on the brink of huge humanitarian crisis. So, and he is true to some extent, and he has called the international community to accept the government of Taliban. But an interesting and important question is that who basically are Taliban and what is the history of Taliban. So, in this section we will be discussing and will be focusing on the history of Taliban. So, talking about the history of Taliban, we have to go back to about 4 decades when actually it was the era of Cold War, and there were two superpowers in the world. One was known as United States of America and another was Soviet Union or USSR. And at that time Soviet Union was very large country, and by the if we talk about the area, Soviet Union was the biggest country on the world. So it was the era of Cold War between United States of America and Soviet Union, and they have fought many wars in North Korea as well as during the in the Vietnam. And in the Vietnam, American troops were beaten badly, and they have to pull out their troops from the Vietnam, and it was embarrassment for the troops of United States. So basically at that time the boundaries of Soviet Union were with Afghanistan, and the government in Afghanistan was Soviet Union backed, and basically they were a socialist government. It was a socialist government in Afghanistan, or you can say that the communist government. And Soviet Union wanted to get access to the warm water, and so a sort of story was developed in Afghanistan, and this communist backed government of Afghanistan started crackdown on the religious factions in Afghanistan. And so there was chaos and anarchy in the Afghanistan, and many top leaders of the religious factions were murdered, and some of them ran to Pakistan. So this Soviet Union backed government in Afghanistan basically asked for the military support from Soviet Union. Firstly they denied, but later hundreds of thousands of troops were deployed in Afghanistan in 1979. So America wanted to curb and halt Soviet Union in Afghanistan. So America, with her rich Arab allies like Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, also came into Afghanistan, but they don't come. This time they didn't come with their military. Rather, an idea was established by the United States of America that Mujahideen were formed at that time. So manpower was basically provided by Pakistan, and it was funded by the rich countries like Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and UAE, and these manpower were basically trained in Islamic seminaries which were established with the funds of UAE as well as Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So Mujahideen were trained officially in Pakistan, especially in KPK, and were sent to war with the Soviet Union troops. So this was the first time when Mujahideen came in the history, and they came on the scene in the international media as well as on the world, and they fought against the Soviet Union, and later this continued.
And actually these Mujahideen who were actually fighting with Soviet Union at that time, during this period some incidents happened in the region, like as you mentioned, Pakistani government, especially that Zia regime, they helped actually US because of the reason that he had recently in 1977 he came into power illegally after hanging the legitimate government of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and he got rid of him after hanging him, and he came into power. World was not ready to accept him, but to make him legitimate and to get the acceptance of the Western powers, he took part in this war, and he brought all this war into Pakistan. Actually whole Pakistan was
turned into garrison.
That's right. And actually we are still facing the terrible things Zia did at that time the results
Yes,
of it.
the sectarian culture,
The
the gun
Kalashnikov
culture.
in Karachi, from Karachi to Waziristan, all the like military
Yes,
trained
at that time there are
extremists
very
and terrorists.
interesting stories from that time,
Yep.
and those who were present at that time, like they are at the age of 50 or 60,
Yep.
they know that whole Pakistan actually turned into garrison, and there was basically rush in the markets
Yeah.
with the American made rifles and American made shoes and different sort
And
of
then for
things.
foreign equipments, foreign things
Yes.
like blankets of Korea and things like
Japan
that. What you
and, Germany.
original things you could get in really cheap price, because
Yes, because at that time Pakistan was mostly agrarian country and industry was not that
Yep.
much developed
Yep.
as it is now, and so it was not possible for Pakistan to
Yep.
import those
Yep.
equipment.
But US and the GCC countries, they were supporting Mujahideen and Pakistan government to train them and fight Soviet Union openly.
So-
And even the Stinger missile story is
Yes,
quite
very interesting.
very interesting. Actually, it was during that time Iran was also having war with Iraq, and US and the Western powers, they were backing Iraq against the Islamic Republic of Iran. But when they saw the Stinger missile firing on the
Iraqi jets by
Iraqi
Iranian.
planes, and they got surprised that where has it come from. Then
Yes.
they came to know that these Mujahideen or so and so are selling these Stinger missiles to Iran, because
Yes.
Iran was under severe sanctions on these days. So
Yes, well, further moving on, basically there were 9 factions of Mujahideen, and
Yep.
there were different leaders
Yep.
like Gulbuddin Hikmat Yar, Burhanuddin Rabbani, and
Yep.
Ahmed Shah Massoud. These were big warlords,
Yep.
and there were 9 factions of Mujahideen,
Yep.
and they were fighting under different leaderships in Afghanistan.
Yep.
And this war continued for 10 years,
Yep.
and there was change in power in Soviet Union in 1987 or 1988, and
88, yeah.
Gorbachev came into power.
Yeah.
And basically he was a weak leader, and
Yeah.
he was not that good as the previous Soviet Union leaders. And there was also fear in the Soviet Union because of the fall, because as Soviet Union was in constant war in
Yeah.
Afghanistan for the 10 years, so
Yeah.
economy of the Soviet Union was crippled by this war,
Yep.
by the expenses of this war.
Yeah.
And so there was fear that the other states of Soviet Union might call for secession,
Yep.
and
And
they might call for disunion.
Yep.
So
And it was disintegrated in the result of this war, and
Yes,
Soviet Union
and,
being weak. Yep.
So Gorbachev called for the Gorbachev finally pulled out its troop
Pulled
from
out its troop,
Afghanistan in
and Mujahideen
1989.
called it as a victory.
Yes,
But after
yes,
Soviet
and
Union
when
left, yep.
Soviet Union pulled out their
Yep.
troops,
Yep.
the government in Afghanistan was against Soviet Union back, the government of Najib.
President Najib. Yeah.
Yes, but this is where the actually story started, as the Americans also left Afghanistan
Yep.
because as they wanted to curb or halt Soviet Union in Afghanistan, and
Yep.
they were successful in their mission.
Yep.
And Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, UAE also flew back to their homelands.
Yep.
But this is where the actual problem in Afghanistan started, and because they left Afghanistan on her own, so these different Mujahideen groups started fighting each other for power. And
After getting rid of Najib government.
yes,
and
in
they-
1992,
Yep.
the
Yep.
target of every one of these Mujahideen faction was to get to Kabul.
Get over to Kabul, and this resulted in the civil war.
Yes, civil war broke out in
Yep.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, and it continued till 1996.
Yes, and at
yep.
that time, Mujahideen were very, you can say that brutal or barbaric,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
the atrocities which have been carried out by Mujahideen during that era.
Yeah.
One example is that they killed more than 250,000
Yeah.
Shias in
Yeah.
Mazar Sharif,
in
which
Mazar
is
Sharif and
mostly
Balkh area, yeah,
and northern areas.
The other loss of lives is actually really out
Yes,
of
there
estimate.
has been tremendous.
Tremendous. It's much more than what they had lost. The lives lost in this infighting is much more than
Yes.
what they had lost during
During
the
the
fight
civil
with
war.
Russia. Yeah,
So
and-
the whole world whole world was worried how these mujahideen can be stopped,
And they were not listening to US or Pakistan, and they
Yes.
were these warlords. Everyone was just trying to just get the power or get control
So,
of Kabul, and they were out
yes.
of control.
Amid this civil war
Yeah.
between the mujahideen, one leader known as Mullah Umar, he
Yeah.
emerged on the scene, and he basically was successful in ousting mujahideen from their area.
In
So,
Kandahar, yeah.
a hope was erupted that he can do this.
Yeah.
So different establishments started supporting Mullah Umar, and finally he was basically able to oust mujahideen from Kandahar in 1996, and this was a strategic turning point in the history of Afghanistan. And later in 1996, Taliban were successful in reaching Kabul, and so this Taliban government was established in 1996.
And the way actually they took over Kabul and the way they governed, it was even an extremist sort of Muslim the way their style of ruling won't be acceptable for him, because the way they were treating women, the way even they were taking out the the dead bodies and even hanging them, and such sort of strange sort of lifestyle they were doing.
Special sort of beard, you have to special sort of clothes.
Yep, and they were actually destroying all the girls' schools and stuff, and in such a way that it won't be acceptable to the civilized world, and everyone remembers it. Yep.
One interesting fact is that during that era, because mujahideen just didn't come from Pakistan, they also come from other Arab countries. And when Taliban government was formed, so basically it was the government Islamic Emirate in Afghanistan, and so other the remaining factions of mujahideen who belong to the Arab world,
and they made that plan.
So they formed another organization known as Al-Qaeda, and under the leadership of Osama bin Laden, who was basically a citizen of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and basically they wanted to establish Islamic Emirate throughout the world. This was their aim and this was their purpose, and so they also emerged on the scene, and they started targeting different embassies, and they also did some of suicide attack. So they also came into the news during that time, and finally they came into the news on the day of September 11, 2001. Basically, this day was orchestrated by the American intelligence agencies, and they wanted to attack the whole Muslim world, because a theory was presented by Huntington, known as the clash of civilization. And according to this theory, he told Americans that you have fought economic wars, you have fought military wars, but you haven't cared about the civilization, and there have been some emerging civilizations. He mentioned them like Chinese civilization and other civilizations, but he told Americans that the imminent threat and the paramount threat to the American civilization is Islamic civilization, and they can undermine American civilization.
And at that time, during when Taliban were ruling, the Western media, they created such sort of environment, Islamic phobic environment in Europe, because they were afraid of the way Islam was spreading in Europe. So the media portrayed those mujahideen, so-called mujahideen, as initially they called them fundamentalists, then they became extremists and then terrorists, and nowadays they are calling them Islamists. So they portrayed them, these people, the actions of Taliban, that this is actual Islam, and the sort of attitude by Taliban, it was used to give bad name to actually Islam itself and Muslims, and to create hatred between the Europeans to Islam. So
they used it like that. Wanted to implement on this Huntington theory of clash of civilization. So this 9/11 drama was basically launched, and 19 Arabian pilots were basically trained in United States of America. 15 of these pilots were of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and 2 were Egyptians. And on September 11th, 2001, 2 commercial jets basically crashed with the Twin Towers in New York, and basically which was World Trade Center owned by the Jews.
Yep.
And interesting fact is that on that day, no Jew was present
Yeah,
in New
that's
York,
right.
and another plane crashed into the Pentagon, and there were other two planes also. They
Yeah, and-
wanted to attack different American citizens, but were unsuccessful.
And the way the building went down, it was
Yes.
strange too. And actually, it wasn't caused by the collision of the plane itself, because the building went down and it converted the whole like cement and the stuff the building was made
turned
up of.
into
It
ashes.
was it converted into the powder and ashes. And
Yes,
Uh,
another unprecedented fact is that whole of this incident was basically aired.
yeah, it was
On
telecasted
television.
live on all throughout the world, and world was watching. Everyone was surprised at what is happening, and
Yes,
even only 8 hours after these attacks, Mr. Bush,
George Bush.
W. Bush, comes on the TV and addresses the nation and actually announces that we have reached the culprits who have caused all this, and
Yes.
it is the name of that organization is Al Qaeda, and the mastermind of that organization is
Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden. And the evidence he provided at that time was that actually, although the building has been converted into ashes, but we have found some passports of the pilots of those jets or the passenger planes. So
Yes, and this was very unprecedented
yeah,
because the whole building was crashed and it just turned into ashes and powders,
yeah,
and more than 2,500 people were killed in
Yeah.
that brutal attack.
yeah,
And these sort of atrocities were unleashed on the American people by on American agencies and
Yeah.
American government.
yeah.
And later on, George
And
W.
nearly
Bush,
like 2,500 people,
Yes,
3,000
were killed.
people actually were killed during
And
this.
only 8 hours after that incident, George W. Bush announced that they have found the passports from
Yeah.
the ashes.
Yeah,
And although passport was made of pages
yep,
and the building was of steel, but luckily for United States of America, 15 passports survived.
that's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, and that was the interesting fact. So they basically demanded Osama bin Laden from the Taliban regime in Afghanistan, and they denied. So Americans basically attacked Afghanistan
Yep.
and Pakistan.
Because Taliban asked for the evidence against Osama bin Laden, the accusations against Osama bin Laden, and obviously because US is superpower, so it doesn't need to give any
Yes,
evidence or
the
anything.
whole
They
world
just-
was basically indulged into
Yep.
this war on terrorism,
Yep.
and there were two factions, one
Yep.
on the American side and
Yep.
others standing against American.
Yep.
And there was interesting story about Pakistan at
Yep.
that time,
Yep.
when President Pervez Musharraf surrendered to America on just one
Yeah.
phone call,
That's
and he
right.
handed over whole Pakistan,
Yep.
military bases, whole land of Pakistan, people of
Okay.
Pakistan, and all the resources of Pakistan to American intelligence agencies and American military. So
Yep.
Pakistan was also indulged into this
Yep,
war
the-
on terrorism.
Yep, that was actually the plan which they had made to destroy all the strong Muslim countries, including Pakistan, Turkey, Iraq, Iran, and all that. And actually, what is the result of all this war during this 20 years war? Only 2,500 US soldiers have died, and whereas
More than 900,000.
I mean, nearly 1 million Muslims, they have lost their lives in all these countries. So their goal was actually to destroy the strongest camp of Islam. Actually, they wanted to get rid of
Yes,
Iran.
they
Yep.
also attacked Iraq in 2003. Then
Yep.
during the Arab Spring, different
Yep.
Arab leaders were also ousted from
Yep.
the power. But their actual target was Iran,
Iran,
and
yeah.
the government of Latifki, but
Yep.
they were
Yep.
unsuccessful
They
in
were
their target.
unsuccessful initially, and then when they were not able to achieve their goals, they made ISIS with the help of 90 countries. It was actually next version of Al Qaeda. I mean, same ideology, same sort of intentions. They made it, and they gave them highly sophisticated equipments, and they were quite confident that they will be able to
Yes, conquer Iran.
Yeah, conquer Iran really easily. And but what Shahid Qasim Soleimani did with them, and what the power of Wilayat-e-Faqih did with them, the world watched it, and they were really badly defeated in
Yes,
in this clash of
ISIS was
civilization.
defeated, and
Yep.
so basically they lost this war of clash of civilization according to Huntington theory because
Yep.
they were unable to conquer Iran.
Yep.
And so
And this is due to Vilayat-e-Faqih, because Iran has
Yes.
been conquered several times in history by different conquerors. But this is the power of Islam.
Yes.
Islam has actually saved Iran. That's true.
yes, Iran has not saved Iran. Islam, rather,
Yep.
Islam has saved Iran.
That's true.
And but although this present government in Iran has been weakened by the crippling sanctions
Yeah.
by the
And the
US government.
only effective tool which has been implied on
Yes.
the Iranian nation is the
But so-
sanctions. Yep.
This is how the Taliban, this was basically the history of Taliban, and now as Prime Minister of Pakistan has said that the whole world can be on the brink of mammoth humanitarian crisis if
Yep.
the government of Taliban in Afghanistan is not accepted. So we pray for the safety of Pakistan as
Yeah.
well as for the safety of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So well, we have talked about the history of Taliban, how Taliban were formed. Basically, when Soviet Union attacked Afghanistan in 1979, actually at that time the Soviet-backed government of Afghanistan asked the Soviet Union to have some troops deployed in Afghanistan, and later America also came into Afghanistan to curb the Soviet Union. So Mujahideen were formed at that time, and when Soviet Union basically pulled out its troops from the Afghanistan, Mujahideen started civil war and they started fighting themselves. So Taliban were formed at that time, and they captured Kandahar in 1994, and later in 1996 they were successful in capturing Kabul. So the government of Taliban in Afghanistan ran for the 5 years. But when America started war on terrorism in Afghanistan, the government of Taliban was ousted from Kabul, and later the democratic governments of Ashraf Ghani as well as Hamid Karzai were installed in Afghanistan. And now when Americans have pulled out their troops, Taliban are once again in power in Afghanistan. So we pray for the safety of Pakistan as well as for the safety of Afghanistan, and for all the Muslim world and for all the people living on our globe. From this program, we have finished this, and we'll keep in touch with you with the current affairs in the next week. Till then, it's goodbye.